Hey girls, hey. Hey boys, hey. It's Mama Beauties here. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. If you haven't already done so, please hit that subscribe button. I know I did the same thing when I was on YouTube for an entire year. I did not hit the subscribe button. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know I was supposed to. I just would watch the videos. They're there. They should make you subscribe to see the videos, but they don't. So if you would just do me a huge favor and go ahead and up at the top, hit that subscribe button, or it might be down there. I think it's down there. But hit it for me. Hit that like button if you like it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. I'm more concerned about you hitting that subscribe button. And this is a place where you are allowed to have your own opinion. It does not have to be the same as mine, but if it's ugly or if it's delivered the wrong way, then you will be blocked. I am the only person that is able to block. My moderators can only put people in timeout. So you would only get blocked if, like, people say that I block because a different opinion than mine. By telling me I have too much makeup on is an ugly different opinion of mine. Telling me I'm too loud is being ugly. If you want to email me and say, listen, if any of these people that tell me I'm too loud would email me and talk to me and say, hey, maybe you should turn it down just a little bit, I would probably think about doing it. But if you're just going to comment, I'm just going to block you. So you are free to have a different opinion than mine. I actually like looking at all sides of things. I like looking at the possibilities of this happening or that happening and then ruling them out with the facts. So that is so welcome here. And we are about to go over discovery and finish that up. Let me just say hello to some people. I hope everybody's having a fine Friday. Fine. I've got to come back on in a minute and do my giveaway. When we're done with discovery, I'll go write up all my little pieces of paper for everybody that was able to get into that giveaway before midnight. It was only on Christmas that you were able to enter. So if you do not see your name in the giveaway drawing, it's because you commented after Christmas. So I have not forgot about that. I will get that taken care of. And hi, Andy and Ellaby and Tristan and Debbie, Maria. And it was just no and many reasons that was doxing my address. So if you see those people around town, let them know that's illegal. Hi, April. Hi, my friend. This is my email address right here. Okay, there you go. And hi, Trisha. K Cove. Bang, bang, kiss, kiss. I gave you the email, love. I have a Bose speaker. Sound fine to me. Oh, and those are nice, Patty Allen. Yes, they are. They are nice, sister. Hey, girl. Hey. All right. Hi, Helen. Hi, Chronic. That's okay, Chronic. You do what you got to do, baby love. I know that you are hurting and can't always do. So you are fine. You do what you can and come when you can. All right. So we are on page 828 of Discovery, and we'll be able to get through it quite a bit. And I'm going to run to Walmart, buy some ink, and then come back, thanks to JD, and come back and print some stuff off and do the giveaway tonight. I'm hoping that I can get all that done after we finish what I have here. So this is what it starts off at. It's just going to list, it's the Frederick Police Department property items. So it's just going to list each and everything that they took in to as evidence. And so on the 15th is when they got the pillowcase with the residue. And they got another pillowcase, but it doesn't have residue. And then the top sheet with residue. And that was all recovered on the 15th. At that same time. Yeah, and they were putting it in comments, Trisha. Yep, it was I think I said many reasons and need to know or something like that was the name of the other person. And it was probably the same person, but anyway, they got jewelry, precious metals is what they called it, but it was a green Apple Watch, so that must have been Chris's, which was a 7000 series aluminum. And then there was Shanann's gold pink Apple Watch, which was a series 3. And they took a Mac Pro with an electric cord, the computer, Apple. So they had an Apple Mac Pro. Yeah, it is, girl, but I don't even care. I am a police officer's daughter. I'll just say that. My dad taught me how to abide by all the laws and to be protected at all times. They also got a iPad with a hard case on it. So there was another iPad, and it was silver. And it must have been a really nice iPad because it was worth $1,500. It was worth just as much as the Mac Pro. And it was silver. So they took the computers. They took the Echo from the kitchen area. And I just got my son-in-law an Echo for Christmas. And they took the wireless dual band gigabyte router. So they took the router. They took leggings, clothes possibly last seen in. And they were from Maurice's. They took the book, Hold Me Tight, the one that they found in the trash can. It's a $30 book on Amazon, it says. They recovered the light blue nitrile glove. There you guys have it. That glove that everybody was talking about that I said that I had never seen is right here in Discovery. So all those people were right. I just said I hadn't seen it, but I didn't ever go back to look for it on body cam either. I don't think I did, maybe. But they got that on the very first gathering of evidence on the 15th. They got all bedding pillows from Bella's room. They got all bedding and pillows from Celeste's room. They got the corner master bedroom comforter, all master bedroom bedding and pillows they seized. They took the men's clothing from the corner that was in the master's bedroom. So there must have been some men's clothing on the floor. And it says from the corner. And then they took the clothes that were on the master bed. And all clothes in the hamper in the master bedroom. And they took the baby monitor with the 2 cameras. They took another computer, which was just a regular Dell laptop, but that was Chris Watt's work computer. It was a Dell computer. They also took a black and red USB drive and another USB drive that was silver. Another USB drive that said Home Depot store, 1548. And it's silver. My hair keeps tickling my chin. Another USB Home Depot store. A black plastic bag. Another black plastic bag. So this must be what they got from this out in the field. The gray and white bed sheet. They recovered some tools. The rake head. Yeah, this is all the stuff that was found on the 15th out in the survey. The rake head, the rake handle, the suspected hair from the East oil tank, the partial rake handle, the white Minnie Mouse clothes that Celeste was wearing, and her night clothes. They also have evidence of all their swabs during autopsy. So, and because we never went to trial, we'll never know what came back on those swabs. Makes sense, Patty. Then there was the more swabs from the autopsy, the DNA card, x-rays of both the girls, the pajamas, same for both girls. I'm just flipping through it because we really don't need to read that morbid stuff. We've all heard it 1,000 times. And then, you know, they had to take the fingernail clippings to see if they needed to prove that he did it. But luckily he pled guilty. And then, you know, we all know that on Shanann, she had on her t-shirt, her underwear, and her bra. She had the nose ring with the clear stone. And then, you know, the bags that they put over her hands. The coroner's bag. They kept as evidence the coroner's sheet from the body bag. And then her fingernails. And her DNA card, her fingerprint. Of course, baby Nico. They even kept the cardboard liner from the bottom of the cabinet that they stored the evidence in. They even charted in item number 80, the dirt particles from coroner sheet. Wow, it was even admitted as evidence as item 80. The dirt particles, you can see right here, as item 80. So that was pretty thorough. The spade round type shovel from the work pickup. So they did get the Ace Hardware spade round type shovel from the work pickup that people said they didn't. There was also a square point shovel that they got. They got a red-handled sickle from the work truck and a red gas can from the work truck and work boots from the work truck. They were black. They got DNA swabs from the steering wheel of the work truck, driver's side seat cover from the work truck, the passenger side seat cover from the work truck. They got the roll of plastic trash bags from the passenger side of the truck floor and the cigarette lighter from the truck. It doesn't say what color. It just says cigarette lighter from the truck. One. It says it was a $10 value. Huh. Yeah, I agree. Nicole Atkinson definitely put a wrench in everything that he had planned that day. They got a trace lift fingerprint from the center console of, I believe, the work truck. Then they got a trace lift from the back seat driver's side truck. So, that was on the 21st, a trace lift from the back seat on the driver's side of the truck. A trace lift from the back seat passenger side of the truck. And then they got work boots from the car, a shirt from the car, miscellaneous paperwork from the car, Chris Watts' work cell phone, Chris Watts' personal cell phone, Shanann's cell phone, Chris Watts' wallet with contents, which they finally returned back to the Watts, I believe, his parents. They got the recordings and audio, which is a flash drive with video footage from 6432 Saratoga Trail. So I'm betting you that is Nate's, maybe, or one of the neighbors. And then they got McDonald's video footage, flash drive. And then they got an Apple iPhone 6 from Nicole Kessinger. Typed notes from Nicole Kessinger. 7 pages. And that was on September 4th. On September 13th, they got the Firestone drone video of the well site. And then on September 13th, they got the Firestone drone photos of the well site. Again, there's CD1 and CD2. So there's 2 CDs. CD3 is of Officer Conrad body-worn camera and his offensive report. So I guess this is when he arrived at the house in his body cam. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, boy, hey. Hi, Mike Jones. Yeah, Patty Allen may be onto something here. They've got CD4 and CD5 of Officer James body cam. CD7 of Officer Dahl and security footage. They've got other officers, photos from consensual house search, Goodman impound of Lexus, James's photos of Chris Watts' detainment, Officer Davies' flyer distribution, Officer Manley's neighborhood canvas, Officer Conrad's recovery of Shanann Watts. So these are all recordings that they have in evidence that were recorded on body cams. The recovery of Bella, the recovery of Celeste, and those body cams. Officer Lines at the house for the security check. And then Officer Lyons doing the neighborhood canvas. Scarlett doing the flyer distribution. Officer Davies, contact with the defense team. Officer Dawes, flyer distribution. Bake's search warrant. Bake's consensual house search. And the last thing was the search photos. Next is page 870, and it says on August 14th at approximately 3 o'clock, Detective Sergeant Harper, currently assigned to the Longmont Police Department Special Enforcement Unit, received a call from Sergeant Egan of the Frederick Police Department to assist with a missing person, possible homicide investigation. Sergeant Egan advised that a female subject and her 2 children were reported missing from 2825 Saratoga Trail, Frederick, Colorado, 80516. He further advised that the circumstances of the incident were suspicious in nature. He requested the assistance of LPD, SEU for surveillance operations of the male subject identified as the female's husband. SEU was advised that the male subject was last observed at the residence loading items into the white Lexus SUV bearing State of Colorado, and it gives the tag number. SEU and GCSU, Sergeant Harper, Detective McManus, Detective Pollitt, Officer Owenby, and Officer Townsend responded to the area and observed a white Lexus SUV parked in front of the residence, while 2 subjects, a male and a female, were observed sitting on the steps of the front porch. It was later determined that these were associates of the male suspect. Sometime around 6:30, Officer Owenby observed the male suspect, who had been identified as Christopher Lee Watts, exit the garage of the residence while in the white Lexus SUV. He exited the driveway eastbound, out of sight for a few minutes. Surveillance units then observed him stopped at a brown Ford pickup that appeared to be fleet truck for an oil company based on its markings and descriptions. This vehicle was identified as belonging to Watts as a business-owned vehicle for Anadarko Oil Services. It was identified by the State of Colorado registration plate. Information relayed by Sergeant Egan regarding the investigation was that Watts had been observed loading items into this vehicle earlier in the morning of the disappearance, which was described by the neighbors as being unusual behavior. He was at this vehicle for several minutes with the rear hatch of the Lexus open and the doors of the truck also open. He then departed, but immediately returned to the truck for a few more moments. He departed the neighborhood, traveling directly to I-25 southbound. Surveillance units kept him in sight as he continued south to I-136 Ave, where he turned eastbound. He then turned north on Washington Street. He traveled to Highway 7 and turned east. Detective Steele arrived to assist with surveillance around this time. He then flipped a U-turn and traveled west back to I-25 northbound. He got off at Highway 52, traveling east, and ultimately traveling directly to Frederick Police Department, where he had been requested for an interview with detectives. Detective Schultz arrived to assist around this time. After the interview was complete, Sergeant Egan advised that he believed Watts would travel to 12255 Claude Court in North Glen. Watts was observed leaving the police department following a blue sedan, which came back to the same registered owners as the couple originally seen driving the other white Lexus SUV. Both vehicles drove directly to 12615 Jersey Circle. Watts was observed entering the garage at this location. The blue sedan was parked in the garage next to the white Lexus SUV observed in front of Watts' residence at the beginning of the surveillance operations. Surveillance units were released at this time. No further action to report by any surveillance. So basically, this is when They're sitting out, they're watching him. He's going to go to the Thayers, but he ends up being called to the police station. And then the Thayers go to the police station when they find out that Chris is being interviewed from like 7 to 11 that night or something like that. And this was the night before the polygraph. And so they were on him, weren't they? They were watching his every move. Yeah, I've seen where they're supposed to be. It was in Discovery too, all that weird stuff that happened. So I mean, the police reported on it. So the police can't report on ghosts. I think it's not ghosts personally. I think it's somebody. Mm. This is more Longmont Police Department. I think that's who they had surveying him. On August 14th, 2018, at approximately 3:09, MPO Owenby, a member of the Longmont Police Department Gang and Crime Suppression Unit, I was wearing plain clothes and driving a surveillance platform. I was contacted by Sergeant Pitts, also with GCSU, who informed me that I needed to head to the area of 2825 Saratoga Trail, Frederick, Colorado, to assist in physical surveillance of SUS Chris Watts. I was provided a Colorado driver's license photo of Watts as well as a vehicle description. Prior to responding to the Frederick address, I was informed that Watts' wife and 2 daughters had been reported missing by a friend. I responded to the area to assist. When I arrived in the area, I contacted Sergeant Harper with the Longmont Police Department Special Enforcement Unit and advised him of my arrival. Sergeant Harper requested I park my vehicle on Steeple Rock Drive so that I could see the front of Watts' residence. I parked my vehicle in the 6300 block of Steeple Rock Drive along the west curb line facing south. The south end of Steeple Rock Drive ends at Saratoga Drive. I stayed at that location and watched the residents. After heavy rainfall and a wind, several garbage cans had blown and washed to the south curb line of Saratoga Trail in front of Watts' residence. A short time later, I observed a male matching the description of Watts wearing a light-colored shirt take one of the garbage cans and walk it to the residence on the east side of Steeple Rock Drive, just north of his residence. After returning the garbage can, Watts returned to his residence and walked out of my view. A few moments later, I observed a white Lexus SUV backing down the driveway of Watts' residence. The Lexus SUV backed onto Saratoga Trail, then pulled forward and drove east out of my sight. Saratoga Trail to the east of Steeple Rock Place turns north and back west and ends at Steeple Rock Place. As I was waiting for the white Lexus SUV to come back into my sight, I was informed by Sergeant Harper the white Lexus SUV had stopped at Watts' work pickup truck. After approximately a few minutes at the work pickup truck, the white Lexus SUV drove east on Saratoga Trail and followed Saratoga Trail until it reached Steeple Rock Drive. When the white Lexus SUV reached Steeple Rock Drive, it turned north on Steeple Rock Drive. When it reached Windham Hill Park, the white Lexus SUV did a U-turn and headed south on Steeple Rock Drive, then west on Saratoga Trail, the same way he drove when he left the residence. After approximately a few minutes later, the white Lexus SUV again drove east on Saratoga Trail and followed Saratoga Trail until it reached Steeple Rock Drive. Oh my God, this sounds crazy. When the white Lexus SUV reached Steeple Rock Drive, It turned north onto Steeple Rock Drive. It sounds like he was just like going in circles. This doesn't make sense. He went out of his sight. I stayed in my position in case the white Lexus SUV turned around to come back to the residence. After a few minutes, I left my position and attempted to catch up to the other surveillance units who were following the white Lexus SUV. Due to heavy traffic, I was unable to catch up to the white Lexus SUV and other surveillance units. As I was attempting to catch up to the other surveillance units, we were informed Watts had agreed to come to the Frederick Police Department for an interview. I responded back towards Frederick Police Department. As I arrived in the area, I observed the white Lexus SUV parked in front of the Frederick Police Department. A few moments later, I saw Watts exit out of the driver's door and walk into the police department. When the interview was completed, I saw Watts exit the police department and walk to the blue vehicle that was parked behind the white Lexus SUV. A few moments later, Watts walked back to his vehicle and drove away from the Frederick Police Department, headed west on 5th Street. He appeared to be following the blue vehicle that was parked behind his at the Frederick Police Department. Once Watts was out of my sight, he was immediately located by other surveillance units. Commander Egan with the Frederick Police Department advised the surveillance units that Watts was likely heading to that address. The surveillance units followed Watts to where he went, where he was staying with the Thayers. So he couldn't do much that without out of their sight, could they? I want to know what was on his mind. What was on his mind when he was on that footage on the body cam? You mean Chris Putz or the officer? Yeah, the giggles in the closet were super creepy. No, that did make me think something weird. Like supernatural. It was definitely supernatural. Yeah, girl. Me too. Okay. You would think I never eat. But that's all I do. All right. On August 14th, approximately 1500 hours, Detective Sergeant Hopper, currently assigned to the Longmont Police Department, received a call from Commander Egan to assist with a missing person. This is the same thing. I guess it's a different account from each person that they had following him. So Commander Egan requested the assistance of surveillance operations of the male subject identified as the female's husband. And they told him his license plate number. This must have been. I already read that. I swear I have duplicates or something. All right. Just more of the direction of his truck. About the U-turn. On August 17th at approximately 21:07, Officer Palencia was dispatched to the Longmont Police Department at 225 Kimbark Street to assist Frederick police officers Ivan Perez in booking some items and property and evidence. I contacted Perez in the lobby of the police department, and he was holding a cardboard box with several paper bags inside. He advised he needed to use our drying closet for several items, and I escorted Officer Perez to the property and evidence room. I assisted Officer Perez in logging each item. He did not give details of the case, only stated it was for their recent missing persons case, which is Frederick case number da-da-da. First item he took out was a white sheet, which had a substantial amount of dirt on it. Perez placed the dirt in a separate bag, and we draped the sheet in the drying closet. Also in the drying closet was the dirt and a separate bag for the sheet. In the second drying closet, Perez placed a black bra, purple and white shirt, underwear. Each item had an individual paper bag. I recorded each item on a property and evidence sheet. The drying closet was locked and turned on. Officer Perez advised the person to contact about the items was Detective Bumhover with the Frederick Police Department. Yeah, because he is a sociopath. You're absolutely right. When the canine jumps on the sofa, a woman's voice says no. Yes. Thank you, Caitlin. I'm so happy to have you. Hi, Dorothy. All right, so then they said Longmont Police Department, this is what they filled out, all the items of what they stored there. And then they have the NMS lab, which is in Pennsylvania, and it's the toxicology report for Shanann Watts. So she was 34. It said that she had ethanol in her spleen blood. And then they said she had a blood alcohol of 0.128, but they said that's natural from decomp. That's all that page says. And then it says ethanol again on the next page, blood alcohol again, ethanol confirmed. Ethanol, alcohol, drinking alcohol. Is a central nervous system depressant and can cause effects such as impaired judgment, reduced alertness, impaired muscle coordination. Ethanol can also be a product of decomposition or degradation of biological samples. So here it says that it's not from drinking, you guys. It's from decomp. It says it right here on this NMS report. It says that it can be expressed as a whole number with the units of mg in decimals. And then it says, unless alternate arrangements are made by you, the remainder of the submitted specimens will be discarded 1 year from the date of this report. And generated data will be discarded 5 years from the date the analysis were performed. So they've already thrown away all this stuff, I guess. Because it says, unless alternate arrangements are made by you, the remainder of the submitted specimens will be discarded 1 year from the date of this report. And this was a place they sent it off to in Pennsylvania, I believe. And then it says analysis summary, reporting, and limits. All the following tests were performed for this case. For each test, the compounds listed were included in the scope. The reporting limit listed for each compound represents the lowest concentration of the compound that will be reported as being positive. Oh, Billy, you're so sweet. Thank you. If the compound is listed as non-detective, it is not present above the reporting limit. All right. Please refer to the positive findings section of the report for those compounds that were identified as being present. So I don't think this says any of these things were present. From what I can tell. The reporting limit is 5 milligrams for all of those. It just tells you what the reporting limit is. Huh. So basically, all this gives you a summary of reporting limits of all these things. It doesn't tell you what was in there. It just tells you what she would need in her system for it to be a positive. But it doesn't look like they gave us the page with it on there. With what was in there. Nope, they didn't. Okay, so now 889. You guys are so sweet. Bella refused the Kool-Aid. You're probably right. Hey, Spice Girl. Some Three Musketeer money for you. And Twix. Hi, Lord Child. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I'm happy to help. Just call me a communal narcissist. I'm just kidding. Or covert, whatever it's called, where the people are narcissists, but they like to help people. They like getting the attention for helping people. I was just joking, though. A Kit Kat now. Mm-hmm. You're too kind, Cynthia. This is from the forensic pathologist in Loveland. Hey, Mama Lisa. And it's about Shanann, 34. It took place on the 17th at 10:30. Shanann was not pronounced dead until they pulled her from that clandestine grave, you guys. And that wasn't until August 16th at 5 minutes after midnight or 1, something like that. Says history of being reported missing and subsequently being found unresponsive in an obvious state of death in a shallow grave. Asphyxiation due to manual strangulation. Bruising of the anterior strap muscles of the neck, right and left. Mild to moderate decomp consisting of generalized discoloration. History of intrauterine pregnancy, second trimester. Then it talks about the decomped baby boy, bless his heart. And the toxicology says here, post-mortem, blood alcohol again, 0.128, but they said that's from decomp. Ethanol, 128 milligrams of ethanol. And I need to see what the normal level was on that ethanol. Because it gave us all the reportable. It doesn't say. Oh, 10 milligrams is all you need of ethanol to get a positive. And she had 128. So you only need 10 milligrams of ethanol in your system which is what you have in that crude oil, you guys. And she had 128 milligrams of it. Honey, we don't know what you're saying. You got nobody? I'm sorry, I don't have time for that. I ate a whole bag of Twix. Yes, love it. You're my fave. Okay, so now 128 milligrams of ethanol, and you only need 10 milligrams to have a positive test. Yes, very much so. I trolled you so. I trolled you so. And then it says, based on the history provided in the autopsy's founding, the cause of death is asphyxiation due to manual strangulation by another individual. The manner of death is homicide. Yep. Oh my goodness. I still got to go to Walmart and get more ink so I can print out the rest of this discovery. Well, it took 2 cartridges of ink to print out the first 900 pages. So I'm sure it'll take 2 cartridges of ink to print out the other 900, but we don't need all 1,800 at once, right? Or all 900 at once. We didn't go through these in one night. It took a few weeks, actually. Okay. Then it says the descendant is a 34-year-old Caucasian female. She was born on 1/10/84, who has a largely unknown medical history at the time of this autopsy. Reportedly, the descendant returned home from a business trip on the early morning hours of August 13th, 2018. This was the last time she was seen alive. The descendant was subsequently reported missing on the afternoon of August 13th, 2018, following an extensive search and investigation by law enforcement. The descendant was found unresponsive in an obvious state of death in a shallow grave in rural Colorado. The descendant was pronounced dead at the gravesite at 5 minutes after midnight on August 16th. Personnel present for the postmortem examination include Michael Burson, MD, PhD, pathologist, and Joey Weiner, autopsy assistant. For a complete list of individuals present at the autopsy, please see the investigative report file held at the Weld County Coroner's Office. So that's the non-redacted version, you guys. We don't get that one. So again, it says, for a complete list of individuals present at the autopsy, please see the investigative report file held at Weld County Coroner's Office. So we don't get to see that. We just get to see observations. District Attorney disclaimer, at 10:10 hours of August 17th, the representative from the DA's office read a portion of an email which he received from the Public Defender's Office. In this email, the public defender has requested that we swab the necks of the children for residual traces of DNA. According to him and his expert DNA witness, they anticipate trace DNA being preserved on the neck. structures of the children, despite being confined in a container of oil, water, and associated sludge matter over the course of several days. Identification was made by the Weld County coroner, state of Colorado. She was received in a sealed body bag, and then it names off her, items that she had that we already talked about in the whatchamacallit, when we read all the evidence they had. Identifying marks and scars, non-visual. Evidence of medical surgical intervention. There was evidence of a medical surgical intervention consistent of the following, and it says none. Evidence of injury. Possible pattern abrasions of the neck and left aspect of the face. See below. Internal evidence of injury. There was a centimeter area of probable bruising on the anterior neck tissue and bruising of the superior aspect of the right sternocleidomastoid muscle, and bruising of the soft tissue and facial tissue of the surface of the right thyroid cartilage, and bruising of the soft tissue associated with the right horn of the thyroid bone, which is intact. And if you crush that thyroid bone, then you're automatically going to die, I believe. Oh, thank you, Patty. That's awesome. And then a general external examination. The autopsy took place at 10:30 on the 17th, and that she was a Caucasian female whose appearance is generally consistent with the reported age of a 34-year-old. She was 67 inches long and 144 pounds. The body exhibits mild to moderate decomp. At the time of the autopsy, rigor mortis had released in the major muscles. Just talks about what color her hair is. There is a linear area of variably sized purple-black circular defects, which extend from the inferior aspects of the chin, along the jawline, up the left aspects of the face. So I guess all through here, from where he choked her. I know, it's so sad. I don't know how he feels safe in prison. He shouldn't. So sad. And it just goes into describing her body, but I'm not going to do that. And then it says, this is the last few pages, you guys. It says on the neck, traumatic injury has been previously described. The anterior musculature is smooth and dull. The epiglottis and hyperthorax are unremarkable. The high bone and thyroid cartilage are intact. The laryngeal muscles is unremarkable. I guess nothing's wrong with them. They took a toxicology and a specimen from blood from the spleen. And then it says what they took as evidence, x-rays. Yeah, and that was pretty much the end of Shanann's autopsy report on page 897, and that is where we end. Yes, I hope he gets exactly what he deserves in there, and that he suffers as much as he made his family suffer. More. I'll never forgive him or never think he's changed. He's too good at convincing everyone for 30 some years that he's not a cold-blooded killer and that he was a great dad. So he's openly admitted that he could lie to his teacher and that she believed him that he went to Hawaii. So it's hard for me to believe his change. You know? Oh, I agree 1,000%, Patty. I love Patty, by the way, you guys. She's been so good to me. Such amazing friends I've made on this channel. So, what I'm going to do now is go get ink. Because I got to get my dog some wet food anyway. Because I give him dry food and wet food. But Walmart has been out of ink the last 2 times I went there. And so I'm hoping that they stocked up. If not, I'm going to have to go to Target. And I don't know if they stay open. Is it 10 o'clock? It's 9. So hopefully one of these stores will have ink that is open until 10. I should have just went to Staples. Is that Office Max over there? Let me see if that's open. I've got to go get ink. Office Max, yes, it is. Closed. Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. Let me see about Target. No, I don't want Facebook. Let me see. Oh, isn't my granddaughter just precious? That was half her house and half my house. Target. Please be open. I guess everybody got ink for Christmas. Target. Closes at 11, baby. That's right. That's right. So if Walmart doesn't have it, Target will have it. I'm going to go print off some more of this discovery, you guys, so we can keep reading it. And there are 55 people here. Would you please hit the subscribe button? I know it's lame. It's that little bitty bell down there, you guys, or whatever. It says subscribe. Hit it and hit the all, and it will let you know when I am live. You have to hit the all button. Yes, Mama, he won't do no psych test. Oh, I know he won't. My Walmart's open all night, but the last 2 times I went to Walmart, Julie, they didn't have my ink. I'm 65, HP 65. And I even want the XL because I can, I don't have to get ink more often. It's the first time I've worn these earrings. I think they're paparazzi earrings, too. Only $5 earrings, you guys. I love paparazzi jewelry. My friend sells it. If you need a paparazzi lady, if you've ever admired any of my earrings, except for the ones I hand make myself, you have been admiring paparazzi earrings. I don't spend a lot on earrings because I always lose one. Are you guys like that too? Do you always lose an earring? Yes, but I want to do more discovery tonight, Jeanette. I know I should have ordered it days ago. I am waiting on my backdrop, you guys. I'm so excited. It's going to look like I'm in this big loft apartment if it turns out how I want it to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get far enough away from it, you know? Because this wall is like right here. There's not a lot of room in this area here. So I'm going to have to turn it around so I can put it up against this wall and move it forward. I'm excited about it. Oh, and I also got another gift. I just don't get how he had so much love and didn't have to murder, much less such a... I know. That's so funny, Bang Bang. All right, let me go get something that I got for Christmas. So my godfather is so amazing. He listens and pays attention when he's around, right? And I told him I wanted a ring light. I said, I need a ring light so bad. So when I am doing my videos, I said videos in the same sentence, you can see them. So him being the awesome person that he is, he got me another Christmas present and it says ring on it. And he thought this is the ring that I needed for my phone. I love him so much. Bless him. He saw a ring and he thought that this is what I needed because he knows that I live stream on YouTube. And so he got me this. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is it's a plug-in camera and then it streams over my phone. But of course, I don't know if it's going to stream over my ancient phone. My phone is ancient. I'm either going to get on a monthly plan again, or I'm going to have the digitizer fixed in this one through Apple, since I don't have insurance on this phone. So once I get this phone up and going, I'll hook this up. But what I'm going to do is when Gage is playing his video games, I'm going to set this little camera up in the room and I'm going to spy on him to see how nice and how much of a sore loser he might be acting like and see if he's, you know, being a bully. I'm not going to do it a lot. I just want to make sure because I do check on him all the time. I check his Roblox chat. I'm on him like a hawk, but you just never know. And so I just want to make sure. I have heard some of these young people in these games have the worst mouths ever. And I just want to make sure that my precious 8-year-old is not one of them. I just want to make sure that no one is bullying him if he's not being bullied, or bullying, or I just want to make sure that, he's not giving out private information, that he's not being inappropriate himself or all of that. So, that's what I'm going to do. So I said, oh, this is better than the ring light. Plus, you guys, one of my subscribers bought me a ring light and it'll be here in a couple of days. So that is so awesome. This community is so awesome. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. It is great. So I may see you back in a little while to read some more discovery or do the contest, or one or the other or none. So I'm not making any promises, but I am going to get ink. I am definitely going to do that, and I'm definitely going to print out another 100 or 200 pages or so. because I'm curious. It's like reading the discovery the second time is way better than the first. What do you mean about the IP? Patty, my address is already being doxed in the comments. My actual address has been typed into comments today. So, yeah. That's just is what it is. But it doesn't bother me none because it just doesn't. I'm hyper vigilant. I'm the most paranoid person you'll ever meet in your life. And I'm protected and aware of my surroundings and all of that. So if my IP address gets out, I mean, that's nothing compared to my real address that got out today. Twice. I've had to delete it twice. The person's name was Many Reasons, and the other name was Need to Know or something like that. But I had to delete the comments, so I can't remember who the people are. But I'm pretty sure it was Many Reasons and Need to Know that put it in the chat. Yes, my address down to the zip code. Pretty shitty, if you ask me. But they just want to get a rise out of me. They expect me to be panicking right now or whatever, and I'm not going to. I showed my permit to carry yesterday, so you guys know I'm good. I'm not some helpless little woman, and maybe I'll, like, I do have a camera facing my front door, though, outside and inside. I know. I told him that, Tammy. I said, if I end up dead, you have to live with yourself. Someone has been putting my address in the comments of my videos. Yep. And they both, each person that did it got blocked. It just started happening today. The first one was when I woke up today, and then the other one, they actually did it in my last live. They did it in the chat, and then I said it had to do with Avon or something and blocked them. But yep. Don't care. Sorry, not going to stop helping people. And again, you have to live with the karma that you get for doing that. I mean, you can't live the best life ever when you're doing that to people. Exactly. I'm renting space in your head, honey, hunty. I'm renting space in your head. And as much as you say that you don't like me, you obviously do. You do. But I don't care. I really don't. I live in a very well lit area, lots of neighborhood watch. Again, I don't ever leave the house without being protected. And yeah. I don't know. If he has, from what he's invalid. He can't, like, even leave the bed. My stepdad. And I hope he comes looking for me. See, that's the thing. I will let you punch me right square in the face just so I can defend myself. Oh, I'm sorry, Cynthia. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know. And I wish he would. I wish he would. Because that's the thing, you guys. My son is here. And so I will go into mama bear protective mode and then apologize later. You know what I mean? If I didn't get it right. It just is what it is. People are stupid. I mean, I hate calling people stupid, but anyone that wants to give out a woman's address to weirdos on YouTube is stupid. It's the epitome of stupid. No, it's okay, Patty. They gave out my address. You don't have to be nice. Exactly. My stepdad is a weenie. He does not have the balls at all. Yep. Yep. He only does that to defenseless women, and I am nobody's victim. Nobody's. I won't go down without a fight. And that's the thing is when somebody, I feel bad for the person that tries to attack me because I'll take my childhood out on you. I'll take my marriage out on you. I'll take my entire last 40 years that I have held inside that I am ready to release on you if you come at me like that. I'm sorry. I hope he doesn't either, Cynthia. That's scary. Super scary. Oh, wow. Well, you guys, I promise that I will do my live this weekend, my giveaway, so I can get that out to you guys. I can't mail it till Monday anyway, so it really doesn't matter if I do it tonight or tomorrow. And you can't get you can't get your entry in anymore because it expired. So, yes, girl. Thank you. I'm glad that there are people like you that actually can relate, because you know the shame that comes behind that and the damage it does to you and how long it takes to build yourself back up after being violated as a child. So, making and telling yourself that you're worthy and in believing it. So, oh, thank you guys for all that you do. You guys keep me uplifted. You keep me this strong. I mean, the old Donna would have been seeing my address and lost it. I would have lost it on the video, and you guys would have all been unsubscribing. Like, I handled myself very well. You guys didn't even know that my address was being put in the chat. So, um, I am not going to let nobody stopped me. This was what I was called to do. This is what I'm passionate about. This is helping get information out there that media sources don't want to report on a lot. And so I want to give these victims a voice, and I'm going to. And why not have another victim do that, so people understand that I get it. I too get it. So, and I cannot wait to share y'all survivor stories. Please email me. Here's my email if you don't have it. And let's get you scheduled to come on here and share your survivor story. If you don't feel comfortable enough to come on and do it, type it out and I'll share it and we'll do it anonymous. So, there's going to be lots of things on this channel. I'm going to do some cooking. I'm going to do some makeup. I'm going to do some skincare. We're going to talk about some single mom subjects, just mommies in general. Lots of things that we all can relate to each other on and be there and get some camaraderie, on to find out that you're not the only one and that we all go through these things. And so I love each and every one of you, and just know that I'm here for you. And if I don't come back on and you're looking forward to talking to me, don't hesitate to email me. I promise you, I just pop into my email here and there, and I will respond. I promise you, I would never leave anyone hanging. I respond to all emails unless they're hateful or something, so then I'm not going to respond. But outrun them to get help. Bless, Cynthia. Maybe you should take a self-defense class or a concealed and carry class. Thank you, Miss T. You're so sweet. Yes, I would love to talk to your daughter, Donna. Your daughter is awesome. So, all right, you guys, I'll see you in a little bit. Hopefully, if not, I will definitely be back on first thing tomorrow, but I'll probably be on tonight. I'm going to run to Walmart and get that ink. Target if they don't have it. I want to hook up this little light to see what it does. And, oh, yeah, I can't do that because of my phone. Oh, I can put it on this, I bet. I bet it works on this, on the Samsung tablet. I can put it on the tablet. Doesn't have to be. So anyway, but I have ADHD, you guys. I'm sorry. I'll talk to you later. Bye, girls. Bye. Bye, boys. Bye. Hit that subscribe button. You better hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Bye.